Hello, welcome back to ActorForReal, your one-stop shop for anything acting career. I am your host, Anastasia Chernaya, and today I am going to tell you how to get started with acting when you have absolutely no experience. Let's go. So for you to know exactly what to do, you need to understand how the process works. You need to understand how to get from point A, which is exactly where you are right now, to point B, which is being on set in front of camera, hopefully. Let me tell you how it works, and we're going to reverse engineer that just a little bit. So for you to get cast in a project, to be on set, you actually need to get in front of the people who are casting those projects. Usually it's casting directors, sometimes it's directors, sometimes it's producers, sometimes it's kind of all of that. It might be a team, it might be a one person, it doesn't really matter. But you need to get in front of the person who is in charge of casting actors in that particular project. And for you to get in front of that person, you need to submit to that project on one of the websites that has the breakdown for that project, which is basically an ad for that project, where it has the breakdown of all of the information about that project that they are willing to share at the moment, which is usually the description, it's usually the rate, it's usually the location, it might be some specifics when it's filming, as well as the roles that they're casting. And if that breakdown has a role that you fit for, you can submit to it so that you are seen by those casting directors. Well, for you to find those breakdowns, you need to be on one of the websites that has the breakdowns for all kinds of projects, and that project in particular. And for you to have access to it, you need to register at one of the websites. Now, full disclosure, those websites are not free. I mean, there's Craigslist that probably has some of that out there, but I would recommend against it because, well, we all know about all kinds of scam, all kinds of spam that's going around, and it's really, really easy to get tricked into things that you don't want to be doing on Craigslist. So I highly recommend against it. Now, there are a few of the major casting websites which now have breakdowns all around the country, so you don't necessarily have to be in Los Angeles or New York or Atlanta. You can pretty much have access to those casting breakdowns on those websites from anywhere you are. Here are the major casting websites which I personally use and I have been using for years that you can also have access to. It is actorsaccess.com, it is castingnetworks.com, it is castingfrontier.com, and it's also backstage.com. If you're just starting out from scratch, you just want to get started in acting, you don't want to register at all of them, because they all operate a little bit different. And let me know in the comment section below if you would like me to go in detail into describing to you exactly how those casting profiles work. But with you just starting from scratch, anywhere that you are, I highly recommend backstage.com because it has the most amount of projects that are local, so you will have much greater chance of finding something that is local to you. It has probably the best search filter on it so that you can search for those breakdowns. And it also, chances are, it is running a sale for the subscription. Now, none of those websites are free. You have to pay so that you can actually have access and submit. Well, you will have access to the breakdowns without paying for those websites, but they are not free for you to submit to. And just sort of heads up to you, acting costs a lot of money. With the fact that you are not going to be making all that much money to begin with, it is kind of an expensive hobby. to start with. But fear not, it is still very much doable. And if you want to try yourself into acting, I highly recommend starting with Backstage.com because it has the best search engine out of all of those websites. It has the most of the local productions casting in your local area, so you will have a much better chance of finding something local so you don't have to travel far to work on those sets. It also has the most of those student projects that you actually want to be on the lookout for. They're not paying, but they are the most perfect way for you to gain acting experience, to gain experience working with other people, and to learn more about what it is to be on set. So I highly recommend Backstage.com. I'm going to share my link, my invite in the description below this video so that you can follow that link, and hopefully, I'm not too sure, I'm trying to figure out if they're running a special right now or not, but there's a referral bonus in any case. So if you want to follow that link, it will, be a pleasant surprise for me to refer you to this wonderful website. And this website actually has been my most favorite casting platform since I started pursuing acting 9 years ago. It's given me the most amount of work, and it actually has given me my most favorite projects that I've ever been in. They all came from Backstage. Not everything was paid, a lot of it wasn't, but that is how I gained my experience in the first few years that I was acting and I was learning how to be an actor in this industry. So highly recommend. Now, here are a few things that you are going to need to have so that you can register and you can start submitting yourself successfully for the projects that are being cast on Backstage. The most important thing is your headshot. Do you need a photographer for it? Well, you actually don't. Right now, with modern technology, with our phones being so advanced, you can get a tripod and you can set your phone with a nice ground, and you can use the portrait mode to take some of the nice portraits that you can then upload and use as your headshots to begin with. Considering that you are going to be spending money on registering for this website or any other website that you choose, you might want to save some money by not spending money on photographers. And with that being said, not every photographer knows how to take headshots. And there is a great difference between a regular portrait and a headshot. I am going to put some of my headshots, hopefully I was able to figure out how to put them maybe right here so that you can see what my headshots look like, so you can do something similar. And with that being said, here are a few things that you don't want to have in your headshots. You want to avoid having poses that are not really showing your face. You want to have focus on your face. You want to have minimal makeup. You want to look as natural as possible. You don't want to have a busy background, kind of like what I have right now. You don't want any of that. You want to have a very simple background, and if it is busy, you do want to have it blurred so that the focus stays on your face. Try not to process those portraits that you will take through those editing apps or websites or software or anything like that. You want to look as natural as possible, because when they're casting projects, they are going off of what you show them, which is your headshots. And if you show up in an audition or to set looking completely different, well, you might have a big problem on your hands, to the point where they will release you and they will cast somebody else. So this is a great exercise to start embracing yourself just the way that you are, because I'm telling you, they're looking for you. They are looking for you. Yes, everybody is needed in this industry, because like I always say, what is acting but a reflection of real life? Well, in real life, we are imperfect. So start embracing your imperfections, take nice pictures, but don't over-process them, and then upload them to your casting profile on Backstage.com, for instance, if you choose to go with that one. Also try to have minimal makeup, and it is a good idea to have a couple of different outfits that will showcase different characters that you want to be. It can be really anything. It can be a girl next door, a boy next door. It can be a detective or a doctor or a veterinarian or a soldier or really anything. You can use your own profession and dress up for that, and you can take a picture in your outfit. Keep in mind, you only need about this much of yourself to be in the picture, so don't stress too much about the outfit. And it's a good rule of thumb to have a couple of pictures which have a straight face, something more serious and ambientic, that's not a word, something more of a give a little don't overdo it, but you can do a little bit of something, and definitely have a few pictures where you are just smiling. Different types of smiling, with teeth, without teeth. Play around with it, and you don't have to keep those pictures out there for too long. You can always change them. You can change them as much as you want. If you want to change them every day, go for it. Find what works. And you will know that a headshot works if you start getting responses from casting directors from those projects that you're submitting to. If they're requesting auditions, it means that your headshots are working because it's attracting attention of those casting directors who want to see what you can bring to the table. So go for it, play around with your headshots. General rule of thumb is that a straight face picture, it is used for dramatic roles. It's called theatrical, is what it's used for, which includes short films, feature films, series, all kinds of, projects that are not commercial, basically. And you want to use the smiling, big smiling, great energy headshots for commercial projects. Commercials, ads, local promo material, and stuff like that. So that is why you need a variety of headshots. So have fun, upload as much as possible. The good thing about Backstage is that it's not charging you extra for uploading and changing your media as much as you want. You can do it multiple times a day if you want, and it's not charging you for having a certain amount of media uploaded, because there's websites out there, for instance Actors Access. It becomes expensive because for every little thing that you want to update and upload, it charges you money, and that becomes very, very expensive. Now Backstage has unlimited uploading, so that is another reason why I am recommending Backstage big time. So go at it. Now, another important thing that is great to have is definitely a demo reel. If you're just starting out, chances are you don't have it because you're just starting out. Demo reel is about a minute or 2 minute long video, which has little clips from the work that you have done that showcase what you can do and what you look like on camera and what kind of roles you have been and so forth. Now, if you don't have any of that because you're just starting out, that is okay. One of the things that you can do is you can either write or you can find a monologue online and you can record that in a setting with your phone, because your phone has amazing camera right now. So go have fun. You can do a couple of those. Don't make them too long. You can have about 15 to 30 minute long clips, monologues, different things, comedic, dramatic, advertisement, things like that. You can just put it together. You can use, technically you can use stuff that's already been out, but I don't recommend using things like shows and movies and your favorite characters that you've seen on screen. I don't recommend doing that because you will always be compared to the actor who's actually done that. So just to avoid yourself some frustration, just write something new. If you can write something new, use one of the AI platforms that can help you write it. Something very short. Record that. That's a great memorization exercise for you as well. You can memorize it, you can record it, you can perform it, you can put it together, and then you can upload it to that, use it as your demo reel, which will definitely get you more work if you start submitting without the demo reel, with just headshots. So do that. It's very easy right now. Maybe that's one of the videos that I can do. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to make a video for you where I explain in detail how to create your own reel without actually having been to set or having actually worked or have any experience working on set in front of the camera. Let me know if that's something that interests you, and I will make that video for you. Definitely, if you have a reel like that, it will be so much easier for you to get access to casting directors, because they will see a clip of what you look like, what you move like, what you talk like, and that will allow them to make a better decision on whether you possibly can be suitable for their project or not. And the more media that you have on your casting profile, the better. I'm not talking about having 50 different pictures from you going camping or going to a party and things like that. It has to be professional, but you can have 10 to 15 different pictures. You can have a few different clips if you want to create a demo reel which has, you know, a couple of monologues in it, and then a couple of ads, maybe a couple of comedic things that you've done or you want to do and you've learned and you have uploaded to that. That's all great. The more that you have, the better. If you have some skills that you can also attach to that, for instance, I have a little skiing reel and a little golfing reel, a little what else do I have? That's about what I have right now, but I'm working on more right now. That's also a good thing to add, because sometimes, or actually a lot of times, there's a lot of breakdowns that are looking for specific people with specific skill set. That will also set you apart from a huge pool of people who are also going after those same roles. So feel free to upload that. Another thing that I like to do is I like to write little bios for myself, which sort of give a bit more about me. Don't make it too long, make it a couple of paragraphs, and you can just sort of say hi to the casting directors in that way. And you can select that and attach that to your submission, where you will just say, hi, this is me. I am starting out and this is what I've been doing my whole life, and I have this skill set, and I'm very enthusiastic, and I'm very interested in expanding and learning this new skill, which is acting, and I am happy to join you on set and see how I can grow and contribute to this project, something like that. And you can tell them about what you like in general, because let me tell you, years ago, a long time ago, over 5 years ago, a lot of focus was on, you know, just sort of casting actors who are super actory. You know, acting is all they do, and they're super determined, and they're very agile actors, and their whole existence is about acting. Well, it's not the case anymore. Right now, people want to see and work with and cast real people. People who have something more to their lives rather than just acting. So if you have interests, if you know, have a hobby or something that you do on the side, or you have a profession that you have been working on this whole time, or if you're just starting out, and you share that with them. Don't overload it and make it too big, but a few sentences about what makes you you is always a great idea to share with casting directors, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I submit without adding anything, I get way less response than when I add my bio, where I say that, hey, I am a U.S. Army veteran, and I've done this and I've done that, and I am a Women in Film alumni, and then I'm working on my feature film, and also I have created a new platform for actors where I want to help new actors start on this journey. And also on my free time, I love going camping and do recreational sports and ski off of Black Diamond runs and go off-roading and things like that. And it definitely works. It makes you more personable, for sure. So feel free to create something like that. that's basically all you need to create the basic account and already start submitting. I mean, technically you just need the headshots to start submitting, but these little things like a little demo reel that you can work on and the little bio will give a little extra oomph to your submission and will definitely make you stand out from the whole mess that's going to submit for that same role. And that's it. That's really all you need to do. You just need to spend about 30 minutes to an hour creating this profile, and then you can just go into the search of that website and start submitting to the category that fits you. That's it. There's really nothing else that you do. And once you start receiving responses, you will need to be, replying to those responses. There might be some offers of just joining their project just as it is. You might have some self-tape requests. It really depends on the project and what they're looking for, and every situation is going to be different, but the more responses you get, the more chances that you get that you will get booked. And that's it. That's really all you need to do, is just start submitting yourself. Submit yourself as much as possible, as much as you have time. It takes time to look through every single breakdown to figure out if it actually fits you or not, and submit away. When I have time, I try to make at least 30 submissions a day. That's my goal. It doesn't always work because I'm very busy between life and projects and ActorForReal and also other things. It doesn't always work that way, but that's my goal. Even though I have an agent, I'm still submitting myself because nobody's going to promote you better than you. So that's it. There you have it. That's all you need to do to start acting without any experience. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like. It really helps me out and the algorithm pushing this to other people who might be looking for information like this. If you found it helpful, send it to somebody that you think might benefit from it as well, who is also looking for information like this. I have a lot more advice and stuff on my channel, so make sure to subscribe. A lot more is coming. This is a weekly podcast. Follow me on social media. I'm working on expanding that and giving you more quick tips and information on social media like TikTok and Instagram. I am ActorForReal on every single platform that I am registered at. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. Let me know if you're going to try it out. I'm really excited for you if you are, and let me know how it's going. I will be happy to chat with you in the comment section, so make sure to leave a comment. Let me know if you are going to register on one of these platforms, and if you have, let me know how it's going. Let me know if I can help you with a little tip or trick, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next week. Happy submitting! Bye!